If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said.
Like, it's been hard for me. I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm like, all right, cool, I can just hoop.
The rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark just took another entertaining turn. After Caitlin Clark was named the most influential athlete, fans were eager to see how Reese would react. And let's just say, she did not disappoint. Whether it was pure comedy or subtle shade, her response had social media buzzing. Is this just friendly competition, or is there a deeper story behind Reese's reaction? Let's dive into the hilarious moment and what it really means for the ongoing saga between these two basketball stars. Breaking records and making history. Caitlin Clark continues to redefine women's basketball, securing yet another major accolade. Complex recently named her the most influential female athlete, a title that cements her as the biggest name in sports right now. This recognition further solidifies her impact, surpassing her so-called rival, Angel Reese, who, unsurprisingly, isn't taking the news well. While Clark is focused on making history, Reese appears to be struggling with the outcome, offering excuses rather than celebrating someone else's success. Clark versus Reese, a one-sided rivalry. The media has long tried to paint a rivalry between Clark and Reese, but in reality, there's little competition. Clark's game speaks for itself. She shatters records and changes the sport, while Reese often finds herself making headlines for everything except basketball. If Reese had won this honor, she likely would have celebrated it loudly, but since she didn't, she has downplayed its importance. Clark's dominance on and off the court makes it clear that she is on an entirely different level. The numbers don't lie. Clark's record-breaking season. Clark's dominance is more than just a media narrative, it's backed by staggering numbers. In a single season, she broke 62 records, an achievement that no other player in WNBA history has matched in their rookie year. Her ability to transform the Indiana Fever from a struggling franchise to a playoff contender highlights her true impact. Before Clark, the team was at the bottom of the league. Now, they are playoff bound, proving that her presence alone has changed their trajectory, changing the landscape of women's sports. Beyond her on-court achievements, Clark is fundamentally reshaping women's basketball. The WNBA's merchandise sales skyrocketed by 500% in her rookie season, a testament to her marketability. Jerseys, t-shirts and memorabilia featuring Clark sold out within minutes, while Reese's merchandise struggled to gain traction. The league has never seen this level of demand, and it's all thanks to Clark's influence. Attendance has also reached unprecedented levels. Arenas that previously struggled to sell tickets are now packed to capacity whenever Clark is in town. Teams that once begged fans to attend games are now expanding seating to accommodate the surge in interest. This phenomenon has been dubbed the Caitlin Clark effect, proving that she is not just an athlete, she is a movement. The business of basketball, Clark's financial impact. Clark's influence extends beyond the court, driving massive revenue growth for the league. In her rookie season alone, she generated $36 million for Indianapolis, a staggering figure for a single player. Sports economists predict that Clark's rise will increase women's basketball's overall value by $1.6 billion over the next 3 years. Her presence in the WNBA mirrors Michael Jordan's transformative impact on the NBA, bringing new fans, sponsors, and business opportunities to the sport, elevating women's basketball to must-watch status. Clark's ability to draw in a diverse audience, including male fans who previously overlooked women's basketball, is unparalleled. Television viewership for WNBA games featuring Clark has shattered previous records. When the Indiana Fever played the Washington Mystics, the game had to be moved to a larger arena, the same one used by the NBA's Washington Wizards, just to accommodate demand. In contrast, a game featuring Angel Reese the night before in Chicago did not generate the same excitement. The numbers prove that Clark is single-handedly changing how people perceive women's basketball. The difference between Clark and Reese. Clark's success is built on undeniable skill, work ethic and game-changing performances. In contrast, Reese has relied more on media hype than actual dominance on the court. Clark's playing style, often compared to Steph Curry's due to her long-range shooting and offensive versatility, makes her one of the most exciting athletes to watch. Meanwhile, Reese's struggles with consistency, coordination and defensive ability highlight the gap between the two players. One viral internet trend even features clips of Reese missing layups, reinforcing the perception that her game lacks the refinement and precision that Clark brings to every performance. The truth is, Clark has left Reese far behind, not just in individual accolades, but in overall impact on the sport. More than just a star, a movement. Clark isn't just winning awards, she is rewriting the future of women's basketball. She has proven that women's sports can be just as marketable and widely watched as men's sports. The outdated narrative that women's basketball lacks excitement has been shattered. Her rookie season has already made her the most valuable player in the league, not just in terms of statistics, but in sheer marketability and business impact. Experts compare her effect on women's basketball to Michael Jordan's influence on the NBA, emphasizing how she is elevating the entire sport. Clark's influence is so massive that even major networks and sports analysts acknowledge that she is the most valuable player in the league, not just for her team, but for the sport as a whole. Caitlin Clark's legacy is just beginning. Clark's achievements in her rookie season are only the beginning of what is shaping up to be a legendary career. From record-breaking performances to transforming the financial landscape of women's basketball, she has already cemented herself as the sport's most influential figure. Meanwhile, Reese's struggles to accept Clark's success only highlight the stark differences between the two athletes. Caitlin Clark isn't just a superstar, she's a movement, a business powerhouse, and a cultural icon. With every game she plays, she continues to prove why she deserves the title of the most influential female athlete today. The numbers don't lie, and neither does the impact she's having on women's sports. Caitlin Clark has arrived, and she's not slowing down anytime soon. Clark's clear victory over Reese. From the very start, the media forced a narrative of two rookies going head-to-head for WNBA supremacy. It was a compelling storyline, two young stars set to dominate the league and define its future. But as the season progressed, the gap between them became painfully obvious. This wasn't a duel of equals, it was one player dominating the league, while the other spent more time in headlines than in box scores. Caitlin Clark didn't just play well, she redefined excellence in the WNBA. Her performances were electric, her impact undeniable. Meanwhile, Angel Reese found herself at the centre of attention for reasons that often had little to do with basketball. The difference between the two became clearer with each passing game. Then came the Rookie of the Year announcement and the All-WNBA first team selections. Clark didn't just win, she ran away with it. The so-called competition wasn't even close. But rather than gracefully accepting the outcome, Reese took to social media to claim Clark didn't deserve the honour. Imagine losing a race by a mile and then demanding a recount. It was that kind of response. Elevating the game. Reese's rise to notoriety has been largely tied to Clark's success. From the moment she mocked Clark after winning the national title to her consistent focus on stirring the rivalry rather than celebrating her own achievements, Reese has built her brand on opposition rather than dominance. But Clark's success isn't about petty rivalries or media narratives. She's focused on reshaping the WNBA, growing the game, and breaking attendance records. Millions of new fans are tuning in, and the league is reaching heights never seen before. Clark is not just an elite scorer, she's an exceptional passer. Her court vision rivals that of the best playmakers in the game. She's making LeBron-esque full-court assists and executing plays at a level that elevates the entire league. Meanwhile, Reese is still trying to convince people she belongs on the same level. Yes, Reese is an important figure in the WNBA's growth, but her attention comes from controversy, not dominance. Clark is drawing fans for her game, Reese is making headlines for everything but her skills. Some critics have said that the WNBA's focus on Clark is unfair to other players, especially black women who have long been in the league. Aja Wilson voiced frustrations about the disparity in attention, saying, "It doesn't matter what we do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug." It's a valid point. The WNBA has long struggled with marketing its stars effectively. However, where was this energy before Clark arrived? If the league wanted widespread attention, it had years to build it. Instead, it took Clark walking in and flipping the script to make the WNBA a must-watch event, revitalizing interest in women's basketball. Some argue that Clark's rise is creating unrealistic expectations or overshadowing team play, but this is exactly what the WNBA needs. Basketball is a star-driven sport. The NBA thrives on icons like LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. The WNBA finally has a transcendent superstar who commands attention, and that benefits everyone. More eyes on Clark mean more eyes on the WNBA, and that lifts the entire league. While Reese continues to dwell on individual awards, Clark is winning where it matters. She's breaking records, setting new standards, and forcing everyone to rethink what's possible for a WNBA rookie. Her Most Influential Athlete award isn't just another trophy, it's a turning point. She's not just playing in the WNBA, she's transforming it. For years, the WNBA struggled to attract mainstream attention. Critics argued that the league needed better marketing, that it needed to build stars who could draw fans the way the NBA does. Clark has answered that call in a way no player before her has. She's not just winning games, she's making the league must-watch entertainment. Her game, her dominance, and her ability to command attention prove that women's basketball is a powerhouse waiting to explode. It's time to celebrate Clark's greatness. She's pushing through adversity, dealing with unnecessary criticism, and still delivering excellence every night. She isn't just breaking records, she's shattering expectations. Her impact is forcing everyone, fans, players, and league executives, to reimagine the future of the WNBA. She's inspiring the next generation and ensuring that the league isn't just surviving, it's thriving. So what's next for Clark and Reese? Their so-called rivalry has brought attention to the league, but let's be honest, it's a rivalry in name only. Clark is focused on winning, while Reese is focused on staying relevant. But love it or hate it, their dynamic has pushed the WNBA into the spotlight like never before. Clark should keep going strong, tuning out the noise and doing what she does best, changing the game. Most of us see her for what she truly is, a generational talent whose success benefits the entire sport. Next time these two face off, just remember, this isn't just about competition, it's about the evolution of the WNBA. Every game they play is another opportunity to grow the sport, break records, and capture new fans. Clark is already the most exciting and entertaining player in the WNBA, and she's just getting started. Angel Reese's reaction has fans talking. Was she just being playful, or was there a bit of competitive fire behind her words? Either way, the Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese dynamic continues to fuel headlines, and we can't get enough. One thing's for sure, these two are keeping women's basketball more exciting than ever. What do you think of Reese's reaction? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more sports drama and updates.